There is one tool that I absolutely cannot live without, especially when I'm planning my social media content. Okay, two tools. One which is a social media content calendar I made in Google Sheets. Let me show you how to use it. Hi, I'm Braden, social marketing lead here at Hootsuite. And today on Hootsuite Labs, I'm gonna walk you through how I would build out a social media content calendar if I was starting one from scratch. First, you'll wanna download the template from the link in the description below. Make yourself a copy, grab a coffee, and let's go. Step one, you'll wanna strategize. Your content calendar is an extension of your overall social media strategy. Before you decide what to post, you need to know why you're posting it.
Seriously, do not skip this step.
If you haven't updated your social media strategy in a while, or ever, I highly recommend watching our video on that next. I'll link to that at the end. For today, what you'll need to know are your business's most basic fundamental goals. So what are you trying to do? Are you trying to sell ice cream cones, teach negotiation skills to executives, or launch your comedy career? This will drive everything you do on social media. So if you're following along, go to the strategy tab and fill out one of two goals in the first row. Next, ask yourself how social media will help you reach those goals. For example, what does success look like? Is it gonna be 100,000 views on TikTok in 1 month? Increasing your website traffic from Facebook by 25%? Or getting 500 customers to take a selfie by your Instagram wall and tag your shop? Make sure to add 2 or 3 specific measurable results to the second row in the template. Okay, great. Now you have a North Star to guide you through the rest of this process. These goals and results will help you decide what to post, when to post, and how often to post. Step 2 is establishing your content pillars. Your content pillars describe the different categories of posts that make up your content calendar. Each pillar or bucket describes a different type of value the post provides to your audience. In other words, why the heck are people following you? In the strategy tab, you'll see 4 pillars in the third row. First, there are the obvious sales or promotional posts that drive people to take the next step, like buy, follow, subscribe, etc. In general, we recommend that only 23% of your posts be salesy. You also want to make content that has greater value, specifically related to your niche. We like to use the 3 E's. Educate, entertainment, and encouragement or inspiration. Educational posts spark curiosity or give your audience new knowledge about a topic they're interested in. Think tips, frequently asked questions, or did you know type posts. While entertaining or inspiring posts are intriguing, topical, and keep people engaged. Think unusual stories, a peek behind the scenes, or relatable content like memes. Using a content calendar will help make sure you're balancing all your pillars, especially as you're learning what your audience wants from you most. Step 3 is to map out your content for the year. Now it's time to map out your monthly content. In the monthly view tab, fill out any relevant dates, holidays, events, or campaigns that will be relevant to your audience in the next few quarters. If you're a coffee shop, you don't want to miss International Donut Day. And if you're a florist, you know how much time you need to get ready for Mother's Day promotion. If you want to try running a contest or influencer takeover, you can choose a month for that too. Start by collecting all the cultural moments that will drive conversation on social media, and then slot in whatever you have planned for your business, like sales, promotions, and events. For example, if Black Friday is a big cultural moment for your business, your cornerstone content for that might be a contest or sale. Also, if you're the kind of business that makes content like blog posts, podcasts, YouTube videos, courses, or anything else that your audience will want to know about, I would add those in that section too. Remember that your social media calendar is a living document. So go ahead and jot down ideas or tentative plans. You can always come back and move things around as you go. Step 4 is to decide on tactics. We're still in the monthly view tab here, but once you have a good idea of what's happening when, it's time to sketch out your tactics. Which networks will you post on and in what format? For instance, you might want to make a Facebook event for your live podcast recording or a Twitter thread for tips on how to knit the perfect sock. A shoppable Instagram carousel is perfect for tagging your Valentine's Day deals. Instagram stories are also a good place to post photos that your customers have shared. So you get the idea. Step 5 is to establish how often you're going to post. Our research shows that if you post consistently every week, you can grow your followers 2 times as fast. And you know, if you post every day, you can grow 4 times as fast. But seriously, don't pressure yourself. Think about how often your followers really want to hear from you. And if you're just getting started, focus on consistency over frequency. I would commit to 1 or 2 posts a week as you grow. See if you want to increase that recommended guideline for each platform you're on as well. Step 6 is to create content for the week. So next we'll move over to the weekly view tab. This is where we fill in the details of every post we're going to publish, including the time of day, what the caption or text will say, and any hashtags you want to use. And remember the URL as well. Also, I make sure to add in any visual, like a photo, an infographic, or a video. I keep these all stored in my Google Drive until I upload them to Hootsuite for scheduling, but more on that later. Okay, to be completely honest, I probably wouldn't fill this out more than 2 weeks in advance. You want to leave enough flexibility that you can incorporate trends that pop up, react in real time to conversations, and maybe even pause your whole calendar if something pretty unprecedented happens. I think you know what I mean. Step 7 is to schedule your posts ahead of time. So now we're at the last step, where we take all of our juicy content and set it and forget it. By which I mean schedule it to post later using Hootsuite.
Of course I use Hootsuite. I work here.
I schedule a post ahead of time whenever I can, because then I actually have time during the week to check my feed, engage with followers, comment on other people's posts, stay informed, and maybe just a spur of the moment post if I'm inspired. But if it's a super busy week, I don't have to sweat it. Also, did you know Hootsuite has this cool feature that analyzes the best times to post based on past performance? So it will literally schedule your posts whenever you've previously gotten more likes or even clicks, whatever metric is most important to you. Okay, bonus tip. Shamelessly recycle what works. Oh, and speaking of past performance, you're probably going to say, Brayden, you haven't mentioned the last tab. What the heck is that for? Good question, and I'm glad you asked. That's for evergreen content, which is where you can store any posts that perform really well with your audience, but only if they're evergreen. So as in, you know, they won't become irrelevant or outdated. That way, you always have some good content up your sleeve for gaps or emergencies. All right, that's it. That's how I plan my social media content using Google Sheets. And also, you know, Hootsuite. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. And if you want to try out our planner and publisher, and especially that super useful best times to publish tool, here's a link for a 60-day free trial. See you later, friends.